This coming weekend on Supersport, you need to plan your viewing carefully.
Cox and Pitchford were looking for a good third successive outright win, but there were still 2 more tough laps to complete. After a third of the race, they enjoyed a lead of more than 27 minutes over teammates Grobler and Jordan in the sister Nissan hardbody. Bevan Berthold gets a hurry on, trying to close the gap on brother Gary, but he needn't have worried. Gary was to retire with a broken tie rod bolt just 30 kilometres into lap 2. It wasn't long before the race returned to a first and second gear pace. The Harpers had completed lap 1 in 4th place in the special vehicle category and were maintaining a steady, if unspectacular, pace in their Audi engine bat. Bat originator Harkus and Sally were 5th in the special vehicle category at the end of lap 1 in the Motorite bat, having started 14th. Hutchison and Ormerod were flying in the Class B Motorite bat and comfortably led their class at the first compulsory stop, lying an impressive 8th overall. A temporary lapse of concentration caused a few seconds delay as they rectified a wrong turn, allowing Variawa to repass them in the Class A Total Motorsport Porter. Grobler and Jordan were thoroughly enjoying the chase and, despite the dust problem, were closing in on the 7 special vehicles, separating them from their teammates Cox and Pitchford in the lead. Marsh and Whitehouse were maintaining a safe and steady pace in the Nashua Mobile bat, hesitating here briefly as they confirmed the correct route through the scarred landscape. With the retirement of brother Gavin after his spectacular end-over-end roll, Mark Cronje was now leading Class D in the Castrol Toyota Hilux 2.7i. The Class S Aceco of Schilling and Davies closes in on the Class A Jimco of Battershill and Sutton in a fight for 8th place in the special vehicle category. Rudy and Pierre van Graan maintain their 2nd place in Class B in the Technochair Zarco Light. Schroeder and Harris completed lap 1 in 4th place in Class D in the Ford Racing Ranger and continued to make good progress in an event the experienced Schroeder was to describe as a car breaker. Visser and Badenhorst continued their strong showing in the Class E Tyco Trucks Toyota Hilux and were now comfortably leading Class E. The De Bruins were now 2nd in Class E in their Castrol Toyota Hilux after the demise of Rundle and Yanakis in the Baden Tyre Services Nissan hardbody. Thompson and McNamara in the Mormon Zarco Light were 3rd in Class B and enjoying a good run despite a puncture and power steering problems. Colin Matthews and Yanni Erasmus were still in the fight in the WPP Footloose in a strong field of Class B contenders. The Duplessis brothers were having a steady drive in the BB Auto Nissan and would be rewarded for their efforts later in the day. Perennial finishers Henry Zamatin and Bodo Schwegler in the Mastercraft Ryobi Mitsubishi Pajero were not enjoying what the experienced Zamatin regarded as the worst event he'd ever entered. Father and son Dirk Sr. and Dirk Jr. van Reenen were 5th in Class E in their Ford Ranger. Class E Championship leaders Pearson Vosloo suffered a broken front drive shaft on their Castrol Toyota Hilux on lap 1 and dropped to 4th in Class E. By the end of lap 2, it was the Harpers who led the special vehicles in their bat after Bevan Berthold, who assumed the lead from brother Gary early in the lap, went out with gearbox problems.
It's very rough. There's some fast roads, some dangerous roads. So far it's so good. We haven't had any punctures. We've managed to climb up to 2nd place. We started 5th. But let's just hope we can keep it together to the end now.
Harkus and Sally were now 2nd in the special vehicle category in the Motorite bat, but finished lap 2 without power steering after the drive belt broke.
Do I need to help you with this?
Okay.
Okay.
Who's this?
Who's that? Shamir.
Shamir Variawa had recovered from his earlier problems to haul the total motorsport porter up to third among the specials after 2 laps.
We just had one puncher in the second loop behind Brandon, trying to pass him, and then we hit the rock. So that's all. The car's fine. Let's try and take it to the finish line. Thanks.
The inimitable Grobler completed lap 2 in 3rd place overall after starting the day in 35th place and was now second in the production class behind teammate Cox.
We've got lots of fun, you know, it's totally different driving in the back, and we're here to have fun. That's the main objective of our race. And of course we want to win. We can't catch Alfie. We're doing our utmost to catch Alfie, but it's so much fun driving in the back, to drive within the privateers, see how the guys give way for us. We got some hilarious moments out there on the side. Some guys jumped off a motorcycle to get out of our way, and really we're enjoying ourselves. It's good fun out here and we enjoy this race.
Hutchison and Ormerod had moved the Class B motorite bat into a creditable 4th overall.
That's hard work, very hard, very rugged, very bumpy. I think our bodies are taking a lot of strain. Car's doing well, that touch wood so far, and yeah, I think we're just going to try and just cruise it now in the last lap just to make sure we get home. I think we're leading Class B at the moment, I haven't checked, but I think we're okay so far. So yeah, touch wood, we'll get home. Thanks.
Do you want to drill more holes in there? I've got a drill, eh?
Marsh was 5th at this stage among the specials, but was having problems with a broken bolt on the front stub axle. A temporary repair was holding up against all expectations. Hutchison leaves the pits for the final lap and hopefully another Class B win. Mark Cronier's Class D Castrol Toyota Hilux 2.7i gets some attention. Co-driver Birkin explains.
It's actually going quite well at the moment. We have been pushing a bit hard to try and make a gap on the guys. I believe we've got more than half an hour on the next guy in Class D. So we're just doing some changes to the front suspension. I believe we damaged the torsion bar, and we're going to take it quite casually on the last lap and just make sure that we don't let the other guys get too close. But it's very, very rough out there and very tough, and I can't wait to get to the end.
The Van Graan brothers were now up to 2nd in Class B, but 21 minutes behind class leaders. Rutherford's excellent performance in the Class S Sandmaster came unstuck soon after the start of lap 2.
Took the whole tie rod, the whole wheel, everything off. Replaced it. Well, first of all, changed the wheel. They've all tried to find a way back to all these villages. Yeah, but the wheels came back here, bent it straight, took us like an hour and got going again. And about 70 k's into the second loop.
Schilling was having radiator problems on the Plastotech Aceco and was to have a very frustrating final lap. Co-driver Davies explains.
We're having a good run until about 15 k's out. We sprung a leak in the radiator and we've been battling to get in since. We've been stuck on the other side of the hill here. I'll put some water in, but we're here. We'll see if we can fix it and carry on.
Ford Racing team manager Neil Woolridge attends to Schroeder's Ranger.
I'm very rough. We're taking it easy. We're getting bounced around there. Feels like we've been in the 4 rounds of Mike Tyson so far. I mean, the body is sore. But yeah, we'll go out, take it easy. I see our Marcus still in the pits. Looks like he's got a problem, so depends when he'll go out. He might be leading the class by now. So we're very happy with that.